In this video, I'm going to show you how to assemble the 4 Cupcake Box that you can find at the Silhouette online store and at loriwhitlock.com in SVG format. You'll notice in the file that there are 4 pieces with a curved edge. That is going to be the bottom of your box. And I'm going to set those aside for a minute. Oh, there's also 2 squares that go with that. And that one of them is for the bottom of your box and one's for the bottom inside of your box. Okay, you'll notice also that there are 2 pieces that look like this, and this is going to be our cupcake holder insert that goes into the box. You'll also find some pieces that have squared corners, and those are the pieces for the lid of the box. And there are 2 coordinating squares that go with that as well. You'll also notice that there's a belly band, and that's here. There's a circle and then a scalloped circle to finish that off, which I've gone ahead and adhered. So let's start with the insert of the box really quick. And this is pretty easy to assemble. You just need to fold all 4 pieces in tabs towards the inside. And then we're going to glue those tabs down. Okay. Oops. Whoops. Okay. So then we'll just glue those tabs into place. And I've made all of these pieces where you can cut them on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. I just really like the flexibility of being able to do that. That way, for myself even, I like to cut a lot of my solid colors out of 8.5 by 11, and then my pattern paper is obviously usually 12 by 12. Okay, that's the insert. Now I've also created a bottom to that insert. You wouldn't absolutely have to cut this if you didn't want to, but I wanted it to be extra sturdy, so I went ahead and made a bottom to that insert piece. So now your top piece should slip right on top of your bottom piece. And that is your cupcake insert. And of course, if you'd like to glue all the way around that, you can, or you don't have to. Okay, that is put together. So now let's go ahead and assemble, let's assemble the bottom of the box first. You're going to notice that there are 4 pieces that are going to hook together. None of these pieces wouldn't fit on a single sheet of paper, so we have to put them together. Also, there's a glue tab across the bottom, and you'll notice that my prototype, it's cut a little bit thinner than the one you're going to be receiving. I was able to make that a little bit longer and still fit it on an 8.5 by 11 sheet, but I didn't want to recut my pieces, so that's why you'll see a little bit of a difference there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fold all my tabs just like this. Okay, now I'm going to kind of lay those glue flaps kind of flat again, and I'm going to glue them to each other to form one long side piece that will then fold up and turn into our box. And I actually want the glue flaps on the inside, so on the side that all the flaps are going the same direction, let's make sure that's on the inside. I'm going to make sure that has plenty of adhesive. I'll flip that back over and just make sure that your line is just lined up perfectly. In fact, maybe it's easier to do it this way so you can see a little bit better. Okay, once you have that in place, then you can do the same thing on the next tab. Okay. two last tabs to glue in place. I actually think folding it on top of it was a little bit easier to see. Okay, and now that you have it that far, you can usually just fold that right over and lay this down and it should match up just perfectly. Okay, so now you've formed the sides of your box and we need to put the bottom in place. So for that, we'll fold all those little tabs towards the inside, really look good. And I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive on. You're going to notice that there's two squares, and let's see, there's going to be a little bit smaller one and a little bit larger square. Let's take our smaller square, that's going to go inside of our box, and our larger square is going to go on the outside. So I'm going to go ahead, what's the easiest? I think putting the inside one in first is going to be easiest. So I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive on all four sides of this inside piece. I'm going to set that down inside this box. Okay, and I'll go ahead and push that down into place. Now we're ready to put the outer box piece on. Okay, and this is going to get some adhesive around all the edges, so the edges are nice and tight, but I'm also going to put some adhesive through the middle. Okay, there's the bottom, and our insert should fit right down inside of that. Just perfectly. Okay, come on. There we go. That is a nice fit. So now you can put your cupcakes in place, and we need to just assemble the top. Okay, the top assembles actually exactly like the bottom does. So I'm going to go ahead and let you put that together. Again, you'll notice there's a little bit smaller and a little bit larger piece. The smaller piece goes on the inside of the box, the larger piece on the outside of the box. And I'll go ahead and let you put that together. We have the box top assembled, and like I said, it goes together exactly like the bottom, which is pretty straightforward. And that fits on the bottom of the box, just like that. And the last thing we need to do is put together the belly band. So let me show you how to do that. It's quite easy. Just fold over all the tabs the same direction, and we need to connect the band to itself to make it long enough to go all the way around their box. So we will connect those together right here. Put a little adhesive on that tab and just glue those together. And we have one more little tab to glue, and that should just slide right on. And what a fun way to present a box of homemade cupcakes to a friend for birthday or as a treat.